Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. This is Force of Force StarCraft 2 Strategy, your #1 location for step-by-step strategy and tutorial videos. Today we're going to be taking a look at a Terran vs. Terran strategy, which basically involves getting fast Banshees into your Terran opponent's base and wiping him out because he's not prepared for it. Now this strategy is going to be, we're going to be taking a look at this strategy through a replay of a game in the Diamond League between the players in Excelsis and KFP and whatever that means. Anyways, again, this is a Terran vs. Terran strategy. It's teching straight up to Banshees, getting cloaked for those Banshees, and then hitting your opponent unprepared. This strategy is very, very, very strong in Terran vs. Terran. It's very prevalent nowadays. It's almost to the point where basically the first player to get Cloaked Banshees wins. It's that serious at this point in the metagame right now. Seeing it a lot in good Terran vs. Terran matchups. Obviously there's ways to counter it, there's ways to counter every strategy, and you're gonna, something I think I want to touch on that I really haven't made too high of an importance of noting in my games, is that all of these strategies are all well and good, and they're good under certain circumstances and certain situations. I try to tell you when we're going through a replay the type of situation you're looking for before you decide to go for this strategy, but something I don't think I've really touched on enough is the fact that if those circumstances aren't met, if you're not in that situation, you need to adapt. You need to learn how to be able to adapt and respond and go for a strategy that is going to work, or go for a response that is going to work. So for example, again, we're going for this, it's a 1-1-1 build, it's getting a barracks factory and starport, and basically going straight for those fast Banshees. With Cloak. Now, if you were to start scouting your opponent and you saw that you're going to be getting hit with early Reapers, or you're going to be getting some early aggression from a ton of Marines, you need to adapt to that, and you need to respond, and you need to change your strategy. Again, I think that's really important that I note. A good thing about this particular strategy is that you will be using excess minerals to pump out Marines, and that's going to help a lot versus early aggression from your Terran opponent. But again, it's not an end-all be-all. There is no one game winning strategy. If that's what you're looking for, I apologize. There are a lot of very, very effective strategies on our channel, and again, it's just about looking for a situation and knowing what strategy and what response to go for in that situation. So taking a look at the build order here, pretty standard stuff. We started off with that 10 supply, followed by the barracks, immediately followed by that refinery. You want to saturate that refinery as soon as it comes up. At about 15 supply, we're turning our command center into an orbital command to take advantage of these mules. As soon as you get that first 100 Vespian from your one saturated refinery, go ahead and start dropping a factory. Now once that factory starts building, you want to go ahead and drop your second refinery and saturate that as soon as you get the chance. Now as you can see here, we are doing some scouting. We're getting scouting information. We see this orbital command, and we see marauders coming out from our Terran opponent. This is a very good situation for us. This is gonna basically, this tells us right now that we can continue to do what we're doing, and it's going to be very effective. If our opponent is really going for marauders, then it's pretty much already game over. We have our factory just about done building. The second the factory stops building, we're going to start building our starport. And we're going to also attach our tech lab to our factory. The good thing about this is what you're going to be able to do is, as soon as the starport's done building, instead of waiting for the tech lab to build on the starport, lift off the factory away from this tech lab, lift off your starport, and drop the starport in place of the factory. You'll have full access to that tech lab. You can start researching your Banshees right away. You can start researching their cloak right away as well. So as of now, we're just staying up on our mackerel, keeping our economy high. Again, you want to have both refineries fully saturated. Try to get full saturation on your mineral patch. And here's going to be the switch that I was talking about just a moment ago. Second the starport's done building, we're going to be lifting it up. Oh, there you go, finally. Made a little mistake, almost started building a tech lab there. We're going to be lifting up that starport and then moving it in place of the factory, and that's going to allow us to start building out those Banshees as quickly as possible. So we're going to start researching that cloak, start building our first Banshee. Should be coming right now. Just a little bit of a delay, not sure exactly why. There we go. So start building out that first Banshee, and there you go. Now basically what you're going to be doing here, as soon as this Banshee comes out, cloak is going to be close to finished, maybe just like 30 or so seconds away, 30 to 40 seconds away from finished once that first Banshee comes out. And as soon as Cloak finishes, you want to move into your opponent's base. Now you do have to worry about the threat of scans, but the great thing is that you can just pull away your Banshee from the scan, and then once the scan subsides, you can move back in. And unless they have missile turrets up, or unless they straight fast teched to a Raven, which is very unlikely, they're going to have no detection, and you're just going to be able to wreak havoc in their base. And again, this is just going to show you how strong this is going to be in Terran versus Terran. I've been seeing it a lot in my matchups. Very, very effective strategy. So here we go. We're moving out with this Banshee here, taking a look at our opponent. You can see he's got a ton of Marauders, only a handful of Marines. Just a few more Marines coming out. He does have a reactor here on this barracks. But you know what? He could have infinite number of Marines right now, because after his one scan dissipates, he's going to have nothing to detect this Banshee, and that's going to be game over. So we're moving in. We're waiting until the Cloak finishes researching. It did just finish right now. Again, our second Banshee is on the way, en route. And we're moving in with this Banshee. We're going to start attacking. Now here's what you're going to see from the other Terran player's perspective. Moving up, trying to kill this Banshee. As soon as he moves up with the Marines, save your Cloak until that point. No reason to have Cloak up before you're actually in danger. He's going to drop the scan right here, but all you're going to want to do is just pull back. Pull away from that scan, get out of its range, and then once the scan's gone, just move right back in. Second Banshee is on the way right here, and as you can see, there's absolutely nothing that the Terran player is going to be able to do about this. And here is a prime example of, by far, my favorite thing in video games. It was my favorite thing in World of Warcraft. It is my favorite thing in StarCraft 2. Nerd rage is just the most hilarious thing in the world. Someone getting angry over a video game, period, to any extent is funny, but nerd rage in these competitive games just cracks me up. First time I actually watched this replay, I was laughing so hard I almost fell out of my chair at this. You know, you can call someone not good, but if they beat you in a game, then they've got something over you, at least in that particular game. So there you go. Anyways, concentrating back on this strategy, we're going to take just one quick look at the overview. You start off pretty standard opening with that 10 supply depot followed by the 12 barracks. As soon as you start building that barracks, you want to get your refinery up, saturate that refinery. At your first 100 Vespian, you're going to be building your factory. As soon as you start building your factory, you want to get your second refinery up. And then once your factory is done building, you want to immediately build a starport. Go ahead and attach a tech lab to that factory so that once the starport's done building, you can lift it up, drop it down in the tech lab, and start building your Banshees right away. Make sure you research that Cloak first thing too. That's the key component. You definitely want Cloak for your Banshees in this Terran versus Terran matchup. Move into your opponent's base, and again, unless they have a Raven, then they're not going to be able to do anything about these Cloaked Banshees once they're done using their scan. So there you go. Again, guys, this has been for StarCraft 2 Strategy. If you like our videos and you like what you see here, please do subscribe to our channel. Keep watching and keep owning, guys.